Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Penny Lane podcast. On today's show, Blaine and Bofo are joined by Mikey Underdog, who shares his inspiring journey from hitting rock bottom to finding his path through trading. Today's episode is brought to you by the Personify app and Rhoback. Don't forget to subscribe to the Penny Lane podcast on YouTube and rate, review, and subscribe on Apple Podcasts. Enjoy.
Bo, hi.
Hi.
You drinking a seltzer?
Yes, my new favorite, my second favorite flavor, ginger lime mule.
Ooh, is that zero sugar?
It is. 0 sugar, 0 calories.
I have an AHA made by the Coca-Cola Bottling Company here in Atlanta, Georgia.
AHA's another good option. The 0 cal seltzer game is the way to go because we're getting that beach bod going here.
Well, aren't we being sober? Aren't we on the sober train?
We are on the mostly sober train. I'm not
Okay.
doing a strict thing, but when I can make the choice to be sober, I'm being sober.
Oh, well, I like that.
I went on a guy's golf trip this past weekend, and so it was impossible to be 100% sober, but I did a really, really good job.
Talk me through that.
Yeah, we had
How
8
are you
dudes.
not 100% sober but did a good job?
Well, because, my friends are out there, pounding shots and shotgunning beers at every hole, and, I just, lightly participated. Very
Okay.
lightly participated. Yeah.
Did you have a shot? Because I don't think you can call yourself
Nope.
sober. Okay,
No
here we
shots.
go.
0
Here we go.
shots.
No shots. One of our good friends, his Instagram handle is no shots till noon. I'm like, seems like a good rule of thumb.
Yeah. I played the whole weekend so perfectly because I felt great because I was mostly sober. I looked great in my Rhoback gear, and
Boom.
I felt the best on the course because of also my Rhoback gear.
Now, were you feeling light and breezy? Were you getting a good
Yes.
breeze? There we go.
Oh, yes,
Okay.
absolutely. And my sleeves were the perfect length. I actually went on to try to order another hat today, and they're running low on the color I want, but I'm about to pick up some more stuff.
I have a light blue, and I'm loving it.
Yeah, there's
light blue
other.
hat.
You need to go check out the other colors because they're pretty sick.
Okay. If our loyal listeners want to also get a deal from Rhoback, what should they do?
Go to rhoback.com, RHOBACK, and use the code penny20. Get 20% off the first order.
Well, isn't
Pretty
that
big
cute?
discount.
It rhymes. Penny 20. Cool. I think I need a new hat as well. I'm going to go see if they have a pink one. I'm having a pink phase.
I can tell.
It's all pink all the time. Yeah. This is a new dress, and actually I would like to give a shout out because I'm about to bring them on as a sponsor to the women's boutique Poppies here in Atlanta. You can follow them on Instagram. It's Poppies. They're the best. And I got this dress from them. So thank you, Poppies.
Oh, yeah. Check
Yeah.
out Poppies. Maybe
Check
get
out
my girl something.
Poppies. Yeah. Especially the earring selection is baller. Speaking of new jewelry,
And speaking of ballers,
today's guest, Mikey Underdog, is here.
Mikey
sporting
Underdog in the building.
a beautiful new piece of ice. I don't know. What do you call it? What do you call
It's
it?
hardware.
It's hardware, yeah.
This chain is blinding. It's blinding.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, dude. He's looking fly over there. And let me just tell you guys, Mikey has become one of my absolute best friends, not just in trading. He's one of my absolute best friends. We're about to meet at the beach. And I've been so excited for this interview because this dude's story is insane. If you know about this guy as a trader, that's great. You should, because he's one of the bombest traders out there right now. But you're about to hear about his story as a person, and if you're ready to get motivated and inspired and learn what you can make from your life, then listen up, because he's about to lay it on you, and I can't wait.
So, those of you diehard PLP fans, Mikey is a return guest. And he was a crowd favorite the first time. I've been 5-minute flagging ever since. So thank you for that. We had talked a lot about you coming back on and sharing your screen and really talking us through the 5-minute flags, but we haven't done that yet. But I'm excited for this episode.
But if that's what you want, after you listen to this, you can check out Mikey's YouTube because he's pumping out awesome content on the 5-minute flags on his free YouTube.
Which is linked in the show notes.
There we go. Nice and
Let's
easy.
go.
All right, Mikey, how are you?
I'm good. Thanks for having me again. I'm excited to be here. Appreciate the speeches, Bofo, and I'm excited. I'm pumped. I know I was on here. I don't know. Was it like a year ago, almost? Pretty much a year ago, and
Man, that's crazy.
nothing has changed in that year, other than the confidence, and the motivation and this skill. I've beaten down on that skill over and over and over again, but I want to put a face to everything, and I really want to motivate everyone because I wasn't all, this crazy trader at first. In fact, I didn't know what trading was. All right. I don't know. I showed Bofo, Thiz, Herb, and Tommy and them, picture me about 10 years ago, and I was like hooked on drugs. I got hooked on drugs back when I was like 21. It started with pills, Adderall, Xanax. Then it went from some painkillers, and I hung out with this one dude. His name was Rennis, and he's like, "Hey man, if you crush it up, it'll hit you faster." And I started crushing up pills. Hit me real quick. And then
Wait, I don't want to interrupt you, but I am going to do that. I want to go back to did you get a prescription for Adderall?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, so you
I
get
got
the
prescribed.
prescription, and
Yep,
you
I got
start abusing it.
Yep.
I
I got
also
prescribed
did
Adderall.
that. I've talked about that on the show. That was my biggest addiction ever in my life was Adderall through high school and college. But college, it got really bad. I would stay up for 3 days in a row. Just
Yeah. Oh no! I can.
stuff.
I can imagine. I mean, I went to a doctor. I was like, I think I have ADHD. I can't focus. Boom, gives me 30 milligrams of Adderall
And
right away.
Whoa.
Just writes it
Whoa,
up.
not,
I got
not
the
even
30s.
a tenner? Didn't
No,
pop
I
you
got
with
the
a
30s
10? Did you
right
get
away.
an XR or a
It
Adderall
was
XR?
just the 30 oranges. It was so, it was a while ago. I don't remember. They were instant.
Shit.
Yeah.
30s?
And he told me to take one in the morning and
Bruh,
one at lunch.
What doctor did you go to?
Yeah, dude, it was some
you're
hole in the wall place.
You're just cranking 60 milligrams of Adderall
A day.
freaking day. Was your
Yeah.
in college got meth skin. I would just claw.
Oh, I
at
mean,
my
I got
face
so
and
skinny.
Stuff.
I got
Did you
so skinny,
have
but
that problem though?
No.
My
No, I didn't
face
have that.
now is the result of a lot of resurfacing. I mean, it was really bad.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, it might
Yeah.
be an individual problem, but
But here's
Mikey,
the crazy part.
What? Go ahead.
No, the crazy part is that so he gave me that right to keep me focused, keep me up. But then he was like, "Hey, you got to take 2 milligrams Xanax to come off of it every night." So I was taking that, and then to come off of Adderall, of being all wired and focused and stuff. So I started doing that, Adderall during the day, and then it was smoking weed, and that would just enhance it. You basically couldn't even, feel the weed anymore once you're, on that type of drug. Smoking cigarettes, just doing all the wrong things,
you're really taking me back to a wonderful place of just
insane.
Adderall, and then I would just rip cigarettes all day just to calm down, and then I'd hit the weed at night. But then I would paint, and I have paintings from back then that are just insane. Look, I'm anyway, having the weed, having the Adderall, it was a time. And
But
then
so what was going... Sorry, Blaine.
no, I'm on my own thing. I'm really I don't know. I just can't believe someone else had this experience.
I know, right? His story is insane. But, like, what else was going on? You said you were 21. Like, what else is going on in your life at this point? Are you, like, working? Or you...
Yeah, no. I was working already. I had my own marble and granite company. I was working with my stepdad, too, as a cast technician. So I was in the medical field, putting on casts, taking off casts, doing dictation notes. I just had my first kid, too, Vinny. We were pretty young. So I had my own apartment, I was dealing with, just all that overhead so quick, just like any normal adult, right? Rent, car payments, stuff like that. So I was like, I think there's so much stuff going on. I lived such a fast-paced life right away. It wasn't just like, hey, go to school or whatever. It was, no, I had a kid, had to work, had to figure out how to make some good money, the stress, So let's get some Adderall. Let's try to focus more. But that didn't last too long, though.
Well,
what
talk
happened
to
to you?
me a little bit about the Xanax. I've never taken a Xanax, so I'm not. What was that like?
I mean, it's just like coming down. It was a downer. Helps your anxiety. It was just a downer to knock you out, make you sleep. But those things, those are bad. I mean, you black out, you don't remember what you said the other day, you combine that with alcohol, weed, and next thing you know, it was insane. So, the pills just from that, then it led to, doing Percocets, Vicodin, stuff like that, and then once I crushed it and snorted it, because my buddy was like, hey, if you do this, he'll hit you, that led to blues, which is synthetic heroin. So every single day I was, and this just creeped up on me. I didn't realize I was doing it until I was far gone. It became like a routine where, I would wake up in the morning, I already had my Adderall crushed up and lined up with, right beside my bed. And then I had my McDonald's straw and just do a line, and then I'm up, ready to go. And then I would have my pill jar full of this, crushed up stuff, and, working, doing more, and then it was the blues that took over, and once I did the blues, it was over.
What happened? Did you have to go to rehab? What was your lowest point?
Yeah. So my lowest point, it got to, I got evicted from my apartment. All right, lost all my furniture. I got my truck basically repossessed. My wife didn't know now what was going on, so she left, right? I mean, took my kid, got her own apartment. What are you gonna do when someone's just completely on the deep end? I was scary to be around. I was just doing all the wrong things. A through Z. You name it. Trying to figure out how to get high again, stealing. Taking out loans, not paying them back. Went through all my credit cards. And then I remember calling my sister. Yeah, I called my sister up and went to rehab. I was supposed to go for 90 days. But, y'all gonna make me cry.
Bro, we love you. Come on.
This is a safe space.
Yeah, this is as safe as it gets.
I know.
Bro, and I fucking love this, okay? This is so brave that you're on here sharing all this, and I'll tell you what, so many of our listeners, I think, will resonate with this. We have a listener base that just loves transparency, and so I can't wait to see the response of this and other people who have gone through something similar, and then they get to realize what is possible, because this is only the beginning of the story, and then we're gonna hear what happens from there. But I'm just I'm loving it. So
I know.
If you can.
Nah, I'm good. So I went to rehab, and I was getting clean, but it was fuck, it was scary. You lose everything. You burn all your bridges. I remember getting out, and I was scared because I was how am I gonna make money? I was scared to get a job. You're first of all, your brain is not fully back to where it's supposed to be, right? you know, it's so wired to just find the next high, you know, just, find that chemical because you're off balance. You're chemically off balance. It's like a real thing. So like I went from there. I was working at Publix in the meat department, cutting up fish. I went to this. I got a job at Duffy's, and I was like waiting tables, and then eventually that became a little bit too much. So like I was literally washing dishes in the back to make money, And I had my friend DJ come over, and he's like, and I remember I cried to him. I'm like, dude, I'm washing dishes right now to make money to pay the bills for my kid and put a roof over the head. This is before me and my wife got married. It was embarrassing. It's embarrassing. It's scary. I remember I had to ask, my mom for like, hey mom, I need a uniform to go to work. Like I have no clothes. I have nothing. I lost it all. So that whole entire experience, it took years and years to get that confidence back, to get that clarity back. And then eventually, things were working out. So I moved to New York, became an electrician. I was saving up some money. And then from there, I joined the military. I wanted to get away from the Bronx. Everyone was smoking, getting high, not really focused, and it wasn't where I wanted to be. So I joined the military to experience, something even better, because even then, this is like 5-6 years forward, I still wasn't recovered fully from that whole experience that happened, because when someone really goes through addiction and like loses it all, it's not like you just wake up the next day and everything's okay. Depending on how deep you went and how much you destroyed, meaning like my credit was like 420. I couldn't get $1 to save my life. I had no money. I had no credibility anymore with the few companies I was working with. I had nothing, so it's like I was working under the table, construction, back in New York as an electrician. I was sleeping on my dad's couch. And that's the crazy part too, because it's like, you start reaching out for help, and a lot of people don't trust you right away, or you think you can just go back home. And I was a little older too, right? But I'm sleeping on my dad's couch while everybody else got their room, and it sucked. I woke up every day in New York for a while and rode the train, went to work as an electrician. Went to work, it took me an hour and a half, hour 45 minutes, 3 different trains, worked, came back, and did that for a while. And then I joined the military because I wanted an absolute change. I didn't want to do that anymore. I wanted to get away from my environment, because it's the people you hang out with, the environment that you live in. Like, we're not trees. Our plants are not rooted in the ground. We can get up and leave. You can pick better friends. You can pick better situations. And in all of that, thinking now, of course people can always blame situations, but I think the best transparency I've ever had was when I actually looked myself in the mirror and said, I actually made all those decisions. Everything that I'm actually in, I chose. Whether it was the right or wrong thing, because sometimes doing the right thing might not lead to, a great outcome in certain situations, right? But when I started to tell myself I'm here because I did this, or I didn't go to school, I dropped out. I dropped out of high school. I went to college for a couple of years. I got my GED with my 2010 class. But I still, I never finished school. I tried college for a little bit, never, did that either. But I never let my past dictate what my future can be. So it was great when I found trading. I swear it saved me. Like it in general, it definitely made me who I am today. That's for sure.
So like you joined the military, right? And like, was that like kind of a, you have no credit, you have no credibility. Was that kind of almost like a last ditch, like this is an avenue that I can take where I can go through this and kind of rebuild what I lost, and Is that kind of how you looked at it, the choice
Yeah.
to do the military?
Yep, absolutely. I joined. Um, I had to add some money saved up before I went in, but yeah, it was. I needed to fix everything because, again, like I still didn't have enough money to get my own place without asking for help. I didn't want to ask for help. I was done asking for help because I asked for help for years because I chose to do all the wrong things.
Yeah.
So the military was like, all right, I'm gonna get housing for me and my family. I'm gonna get some insurance, and I'm gonna work my way up. Uh, so I was super grateful for the military for that. You know, is it something that I ever want to do to continue? No, I'm almost done. I can't wait to get out. But I'm happy that I got stationed in Japan. Um, there's a huge time difference in Japan, so I got crazy with trading, like insanely. I got like insane.
It became your new addiction.
It became my new addiction, but it was the best addiction that I could have ever asked for. And then like to this day, I wake up every day and I'm like, all right, I am ready. Let's go. Like I'm pumped, whether I'm red or I'm green, small red, big red, doesn't matter. I love the challenge that it has, and there's a new challenge every single day. It never gets boring. And someone who has an addiction personality that, after like we build something, we're like, all right, I'm done with this. I just aced this, cool. Hit my goal. What's the next one? So it's amazing. And
But talk about that for a second. So you get your girl back, right?
Yeah.
Is that like as you're joining the
Yep.
military, she
Yeah.
takes you back, and then you're like, hey babe, we're going to Japan.
yeah, that was great. So we ended up working things out, right? I only had one kid. We go to Japan, and it was great. It was rough because we were there for almost 4 years without no family, but we had 2 more kids there. So now I got 3 kids, 3 boys, 8, 2, and 8 months. So that was great. And
Dude.
then
But this is what I want people to not overlook. And I want you to talk about this too. Like the hours that you put in, like working full time, raising a family of small children with no support in Japan, and learning how to trade in after hours. Like how you pulled that off over those years is absolutely insane. Like that is the big turning point that I think is so amazing. And I want to hear you kind of reflect on like when did you find trading, and then when did that click for you that like, okay, I was an addict, but like now I'm changing that, and like you went to literally just grinding it 24/7 to pursue something that was a pipe dream, dude. Like people dream of trading, and like you went after it. Like talk about that experience.
Can I actually ask a question before you got into trading?
yeah,
I feel like it's sort of the crux of the whole thing. But when you called your sister and said that you needed help and needed to go to rehab, did you have any other choice at all?
no, I got evicted that day. I had no place to stay. That's when my wife now left me with my kid. But more importantly, I was going through withdrawals hours after I was getting high. Like I got to a point where I needed help, and I know I needed help because I could not stop getting high. I was just constantly sniffing blues, like over and over and over again. I was waking up in the middle of the night in pain because I was
What's
just.
the difference between synthetic heroin and street
Oh, that's what they're called. So
heroin?
they're oxycontins. I don't know. I mean, I think I did it a couple times, just a regular like dope bag, but
Yeah.
I
And
don't
then
really.
you needed to go to rehab because you need to be medically detoxed. You needed to be
Yeah, I
medically
needed. Yep.
detoxed.
Yeah,
And
because
then, did anyone pay for you to go to rehab, or was it a state facility?
I think I had insurance, or no, I don't know. To this day, I probably might owe a medical bill somewhere. Yeah.
Well, and then
But,
when you get out of rehab, I know for alcoholics who get out of rehab, it's called like wet brain. Like there's like a rebuilding time before your brain
So
is back.
that's exactly what, I was just telling you. Like, it took years for me to get back to feeling normal.
And did you ever relapse?
I smoked weed, but no, I won't. I will not do that. Ever go through that again? That was horrible. When I was in rehab, it felt like my bones were breaking. I couldn't sleep. I had like the chills. I literally had goosebumps for 6 days straight. I was crying. I had cramps. I was going through the worst detox ever. And I never want to go through that again.
Did you think you were gonna die?
Yeah, 100%. Like a few times I was like just, I was praying like, help me. It was bad.
Yeah.
I had my buddy Louie. I don't know where he's at now. I have a couple of videos of him, but he helped me get through that. It was nice because you go to a rehab place with other people, similar situations, different stories. But at the end of the day, everyone got hooked on drugs to where it took over their thinking, took over their life. And sometimes you need help. I know I did. Because
did you work like the classic AA program?
I was stubborn. I didn't really believe in it too much. But I tried it for a little bit, but I just had this thing in me, like, once I decided I was going to kick it, I kicked it. Once I was fully like, all right, this is what I'm going to do, and I did it. It took me a while, but I did kick it. It was hard. It was definitely one of, like, the craziest experiences I had for, kicking something in general.
And then I want to know, when you got out, like, your brain's still not right, you don't have any money, what was it like finding a new community? Or were you able to still kind of navigate in the same community?
I had a couple of friends, close friends, like my best friend DJ. I had him. Honestly, I only had a couple friends that I really kept in touch with. So I kept in touch with him, and he'd always help me out, kind of keep me in the right direction. Like, hey, day by day, if you got to take hour by hour, take hour by hour. Go to work, make some money, put some food on the table, and wait until you can see, wait until the doors open. So I did that for a while. And in all of that, I got fired at Duffy's because when I was going through that stage of my brain kind of like getting, I couldn't handle serving tables. Like, I was like, what the hell? It's like going crazy. And the guy fired me. He's like, I think you're doing drugs again. And I broke down. I needed that job. I was like, I need a job. I need to put food on the table. I need to pay for half the rent. Because, me and my wife before, or my wife now, before, only got one. We were splitting the rent, but he fired me, but, joke's on him now, right?
What an incredible woman and partner she must be.
So, right, so what he said, back to before, you asked me that question, how did I do in Japan? Once I committed to trading, how did I find it, right? How did I find trading? I found it because I hurt myself. So I had reconstruction surgery on my knee, herniated my discs. So I was like, crap, I need to find something. And I remember one time I met this guy, Eric, and I was doing electrical work in Manhattan, and I like took a couple trades and I made like $800 off following him on an alert.
Wait,
like, yeah, let's go.
Wait. You met Eric, and that's how you found?
I've known Eric since he was 16.
Hold on, you met him in person, and that's how you found trading?
No. I found him on
oh God.
stock tweets. Okay. I found him on stock tweets. This is funny if he ever watches this. I found him on stock tweets, and I did not know how old he was. I thought he was an older person. He's killing it. Like, he's
I thought he was
up.
too when I found him.
Yeah. So I did that, and then I stopped trading because, right, I get money back. I need to focus on my work, so I did that. But then I was like, wait a minute, I'm gonna go find out what trading is again. So I had pulled up my phone, found him on Discord again, joined his room. I had a tablet, right? I was working off basically my phone on Robinhood. And started from there. When I told myself I was going to commit to this, I did. And then eventually I was like, all right, I need to go do what other people are doing, right? I need to go buy a PC, not a laptop. Tried that, doesn't work. I need to go buy a PC. I need to buy some monitors. So I had one, bought another one. And then once I had three, I was like, all right, cool. Now I feel like I'm in my spaceship, right? I feel like I'm good. I have enough, screens. So I just started digging. But I could not have done it without my wife, for sure. She took care of the kids. She watched them. Because my schedule was working in the military, getting off, hanging out with them, feeding them, doing something where it's going to the park, going out real quick. And then I stood up until 8 p.m. all the way until like 2, 3, 4 in the morning every single day for 2 years. I didn't even go out on a Friday night. For 2 years, I learned the market. And, I remember every single day I'm on voice with my boys until 3, 4 in the morning. And then on Fridays, I would stay up until the sun came up. There were some days where I would stay up during the week until the sun came up and took an hour nap, went to work, mustered up, went to go skate somewhere, fall asleep somewhere in a closet or, somewhere to get some sleep. Lunch break, I slept, didn't eat, ate some food later. But the amount of hard work and dedication I put into that, I couldn't have done it unless, my wife picked up the slack with the kids and stuff. So that's how I did it. And, made a
That's amazing.
huge impact. I went from literally being scared of everything to I have like the best confidence in the world in my trading and with anything in life now. I turned my whole life around, and and I help people along the way, right? I made that YouTube channel. I made that YouTube channel to help people, to let people know how I'm trading, and and it feels good when other people are like, hey, thanks, I made some money too, or I'm making money on my own plays, and it's amazing.
How long did it take you, like when you started taking it seriously, to like become profitable? And like, was that like, did you find Fizz and people, and like, did you start to surround yourself with the right people that kind of elevated you, or like, when did you?
Yeah.
When was your turning point in your trading? You know what I mean?
So when I first started trading, it probably took about 5 months to actually meet more people. Like I started doing my own like trading myself, and then we met Thiz. Thiz was like, hey, let's get this underdog group going, and that's why my name's Mikey Underdog, and I don't care if I'm a multi-millionaire. I'm gonna keep it Mikey Underdog because there's always someone bigger, better. There's always someone doing something better. So for me to be an underdog, there's always someone to keep chasing. Like, then I'm gonna wake up tomorrow and try to be better. The next day to be better. So I love being an underdog with that.
Bro, you're the biggest underdog there ever was from where you were at your bottom. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know. It's crazy. I always have my moments still. Like I look back and I'm just like, it's crazy. It's definitely crazy.
Well, I guess this is what I'm asking you. Like, when I look at our group, right, I know that my trading is elevated because of you guys. Like, the boat rises together, right? Like, there's no way I would have reached this level of discipline and this level of understanding of how much hard work it takes and how serious you have to take it and treating it like a business. That wouldn't have happened unless I fell into this group with you guys, right? So do you feel the same, or do you feel like you had that and maybe you're the source of that for all of us?
What do you mean? Like as far as I definitely could have not been where I am now unless it wasn't for like me and Thiz trading together and Herv before, even and then Zen came and then you came. Oh no, to learn the different personalities, how people see the market and stuff, was insane. And even in the midst of all that, I think the biggest thing that even helped me get to the next level was I had to find something that, you know, that I can put together from everyone. Grab a little bit of here, grab a little bit of there, and then I put that into like my own thing. And once I was able to do that, that's when it like went kaboom. You know, like,
Yeah.
you know how we like joke around and say one plate and boom. You know, like
Yeah.
that's what it was.
One
It
news
was
and boom.
one news and boom. You know, so it took all of that. Like, you know, even to this day, I feel a little. You know, I can trade on my own all day without a problem. But, you know, I love trading with you guys like every single day. I look forward to it. You know.
Oh yeah.
You know, you know, we're a solid team.
Hell yeah. So 5-minute flags, like if there's something that can be said about you, you found your strategy, and like, you know, the fact that you were on this podcast a year ago and you were talking about 5-minute flags, and then here we are today, and that's still what you trade.
It's still
You
what
know.
I trade, and you know, I like fine tuned it. I traded it for so long that I take insane size on it.
Bo,
Blaine.
we're hat twins.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah, we are. I'm so excited that we're sponsored by Rhoback now. I have been wearing my gear ever since it came in the mail, and I love the colors, but I especially love this little dog. I wore him to the pool last night, and people were giving me the thumbs up.
Yeah, this stuff is awesome. I had heard about it before and always wanted some, but now that I have it, it has exceeded all of my expectations.
Is this your first time receiving a gift in the mail from a company and like opening it and checking out the product?
It might be. It certainly is associated with the podcast.
I have gotten those before, and I was blown away by the quality of this product. It far exceeded what I thought that it would be, and I truly think I'm just gonna like live in it all fall.
Yeah.
It's so comfortable.
Yeah, I've been playing golf a lot this summer, and so I like all my golf gear, but the thing about golf shirts is like the sleeves are always too long and they're always too baggy, and like, you know, I'm relatively in shape guy, so this fits me perfectly. I still have full range of my arms to swing a golf club, and like I could wear this doing anything, not just golf. Like they got hoodies, they got quarter zips, it's like nice and stretchy. I love every single thing I got.
Me too. Me too. I love it. It all looks so good together. It's part of a set. And I feel so thrilled to be able to offer our listeners a 20% off code, which is
Penny 20.
all right. So you go to rhoback.com, which is RHOBACK.com. And you just enter penny 20, you get 20% off, and thank us when your order arrives because it's lovely. You also know how much I love opening experience. Like I'm such a snob about packaging and the way things are presented, and it was a treat.
Yeah, the shit's awesome. I'm not like,
Yeah.
don't even have to like, I would just promote this to anybody regardless of a sponsor or whatever, because this shit slaps.
Also, you've already been like low-key pumping out the penny 20 to your closest friends because you really believe in it.
No, absolutely. I'm sending this to all my friends because it's shit I think that they're going to want anyways. So, you know, why not take advantage of the discount and rep it everywhere?
Totally. Thank you, Rhoback. We appreciate you.
Thanks, Rhoback. This episode is brought to you by a new social investing platform called Personify. Personify is a gathering place for both stock and crypto investors to share trade ideas, portfolios, and investment analysis with the community. The app was inspired by modern investors who enjoy trading within a community and sharing ideas, but lacked a platform specifically designed for it. Traditional social media platforms like Twitter, Facebook, and Discord weren't designed specifically with this in mind, which makes it difficult for creators to share and learn. Personify is great because it's the only platform that specifically acts as a personal investing journal where subscribers can learn while also keeping track of their own thoughts and ideas. It's a culture devoted to learning and understanding the why behind trading strategies. It's the go-to social destination for both economic content creators as well as students of the market. Download the app and join the Personify community today.
All right, we're back. the 5-minute flags. So you have so much confidence in your flags that you feel comfortable taking huge size on them.
Absolutely. Just so back testing, I went over that, right? Remember? Back testing. That's like a huge thing for anything. Everyone should do it. I even hear other traders talking about back testing now. Back testing, that's great. I've been trading this strategy so long, I know what to look for at any given moment. I know how the tape, the level 2, everything should trade. And, when I take that size, I don't hesitate. I've seen it happen so many times over and over again. So my brain is like firing, as soon as that setup starts to come, it's like I'm fully engaged. There's nothing stopping me to execute. And, you can't be emotional to these things, right? Some of them don't work. That's okay. But when they work, it's insane. I've been playing these in the worst market and still been profitable. When I've seen hundreds of traders get big red, I stuck to that strategy no matter what. And I guarantee you, I'm not a financial advisor, but there's at least 2, 3, 4 of them a day. It's just finding them, being there, and then reading and understanding the level 2 to see if they're gonna rip or not.
I think, yeah, and I think like you're such a great example of, sticking with the same strategy and screen time and experience being so important to becoming proficient at a strategy. Because what I've learned about you, Mikey, is one, you're one of the most gifted short time frame instinct traders that I've ever come across, for sure. But I think a lot of that has to do with exactly what we're talking about. Like, you put in the work and you have watched this tape and exactly the setups that you want to see so much that you almost can't even explain what you're seeing. It's just like, it's like another language that you just know. And like you see what you want to see and you hit it. And like, even if you tried to explain it to somebody, you couldn't, because the experience takes over. Your instincts are so strong now on it that it's just like, I've seen this a million times, I don't even know how to tell you, And I think for people listening that are trying to find their way, a lot of people think that there's this magic bullet that a trader like you could give them, right? Like, here, let me give you this magic bullet and now you'll be able to trade like me. But it just doesn't work like that, man. Like, there's no replacement for the hours and hours and hours of poring over charts and watching tape and the screen time of that setup and learning exactly what you want to see. You just can't replace it. And you've gotten so proficient at it that, I mean, yeah, you're taking enormous size and it's working for you, and you know when to cut and you know when to ride.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you just said it right there. That's the best way to explain it. That is exactly what hard work gets you. Hours and hours of beating on your craft. I mean, sometimes I can't explain it. Sometimes I'm in a trade so fast before everyone, just because I'm like, I don't even hesitate. It's insane. Like, zero hesitation to cut or take the trade. This is it. This is it. Like, this is the setup. This is the trade. I'm in. I mean, earlier today, a perfect example. We were trading SOS, that flag. Like, dude, this is it. Smack, boom, rips 80 cents. Whoa, nice. Just made 5 figures. Thank you. Like, it's, I think it's if you're gonna trade, it's kind of like, like Thiz, like, or before I even go on to Thiz, it's like that recent YouTube video I posted, right? All I'm looking is for this pattern to start and to give us a huge leg. That is it. That is simply it. I'm not double dipping. I'm not trading it again. I'm not like, oh, this thing just ripped 80 cents. It's proven it can rip. No, I'm not going to try it to see if it has more strength, because now the setup is gone. It's like this is recent video you just posted. Like, people are just throwing money around. I can't tell you how many people I see, just blows my mind. Like, hey, what are your? Because I love helping people, right? Let me see your setup. Let me see what name you traded. I look it up, and it's like, whoa, dude, there's barely any volume. All right, and mean this in the most respectful way, right? There's barely any volume. There's what setup are you playing? Like there's not even a setup on it. So they're throwing money around. So instead of doing that, right, for 2 years, I honed in on a specific setup, right? And I don't throw money around. So I wait for that to come. I hit it. You know, I protect myself, right? The risk management, number one thing. And then I sit there and I have a great time while I try to look forward to it every single day. You
Yeah,
know,
dude.
you know, like that. If you can just get over that hump of, you know, and whatever it is, because I see other people being super successful. You know, if you can just get over that hump of just throwing money around and just trade one or two setups, you know, and really when your setup is there and not being afraid to execute, you can be super successful. You know, it blew my mind the other day. I had my wife's sister come over and she's like, you know, because you talk about trading, right? People get afraid or they're like, yeah, no way. And then you start talking about numbers and they're like, whoa. And you're like, you know, there's only like 5% of people who actually make it.
Yeah.
To that like extent of a level, you know. I think someone said the other day an average day trader makes like $100,000 a year.
Mm-hmm. I think it's
Something
like
like that.
125, yeah.
Well, you know, okay, you know, we're banging that out in months, in a month, you know, a week,
In a week.
you know, yeah, you know, block out the noise. Like I don't listen to anybody, you know. When I was getting high and recovering, everyone was like, "You're gonna relapse again. You'll be back in rehab." All right, buddy. Sure will. Never went back. Never went back to any of that crap. You know, I don't ever go back to nothing in the past that, you know, could have took over. So same thing with trading. You know, people were like, "You're gonna gamble your money away." All right, well, okay. And now it's
you
like,
can,
hey,
man. People do, but yeah,
they do.
But how
they
do
do.
you? So that's a good point, though, Mikey. Like now, right? You've like kind of gotten to the other side of this, you know, very low spot you had, right? And like, bro, the sky's the limit for you now. Like, how do you now look forward in terms of, you know, making sure you don't relapse or making sure you don't let something else, like, do you have to constantly be aware that like, okay, I have an addictive personality, like I need to,
Yeah,
like there's only
yeah.
a couple ways that can mess me up now, like how do you protect yourself against that now?
Absolutely. I mean, with anything, right? I mean, I'm a compulsive buyer, right? I go crazy with my collectibles. I have to take a step back. I have to like, you know, even with the drinking recently, because I was drinking, you know, but I'm like, all right, started drinking a little bit, you know, every night now, and it's like, okay, I need to chill out because I know where that leads. You know, it could be like the same thing if you're smoking weed every day, every single day, right? I know where that can lead. It can lead to gotta do it before I eat, gotta do it before breakfast. The shot drinking. All right, now it's like 7 p.m. Fuck, I can't drink, or I don't feel like I'm relaxed unless I throw a shot back. I know where I know where that leads. You know, as soon as you start taking a substance to make you feel good and normal, you're done. That's it. And that's the truth. Hands down. I don't care if it's a weed, drinking, pill, medication for, you know, anything. You know, once you get into that wave, it's scary. So, yeah, of course, I'm always like, hey, I need to chill out. You know, again, this is why I love trading because the community, the people. You know,
Right.
if I get kind of crazy, it's like, hey, you know what? Let's go review some charts. Let's talk about this. Let me reach out. Let me just, I feel like I don't put that pressure on me where I have a standard in trading, but I definitely, created something where it's like, I got to make sure I'm on my game. So I look forward to being on my game all the time now without having that pressure. If I mess up, I'm not going to be like, ooh, everything's going to fall apart, But,
Dude, I think now, and not that you didn't have like friends or support before, but like, bro, look at the community that we've developed with each other. I mean, like, we feel like family now. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
we're not gonna let you fall on your ass, you know. And
Yeah.
you guys aren't gonna let me fall on my ass, you know.
Yep.
Like
Exactly.
it's so fun, you know, having worked together through this tough market, elevated our game, you know, and we've had so much fun together doing it, you know.
Yeah.
And I think people miss how important that is when you're trading. Like they're like, oh, just give me the strategy, give me the setup, whatever.
No.
But like, bro, I wouldn't be here without you guys. Like my trading wouldn't be here without you guys.
Yeah. No, I appreciate
My
it.
life wouldn't be here without you guys. I mean, like you
Let's
guys are my best
go.
friends now.
Yeah. Nah, it's true. It's more than just, you know, the strategy. It's the community you hang out with, the people, you know, the traders that you bring in, right? You know, the traders that you can trust too, and it's phenomenal. I love it. I won't stop doing this. I don't care how much money I make or have. This will be that one thing where it's like, you know, it's always work. This is not work anymore. This is not work.
I know.
You know, I can pay my bills advanced for a long time. I don't have to worry. It's insane. My biggest thing coming up was like money. How am I going to pay for this? What am I going to do? I can't go on vacation, or I can't buy this. I just bought myself a $500 Pokemon box because I can. And it's like, I'm a geek, you know, I love this, you know. And it's amazing to when you, all right, in that Anna Cole book, right, on volume price analysis, there's a part in there where it said if you can master trading, you will give your family and generations of financial freedom. If you read that and you weren't like, whoa, what? Like, you know, I was growing up, didn't have, you know, the best, you know, barely, you know, me and my brother and sisters always had like one pair of outfit for the day, and that was it, you know, like, so when I read that and saw that, I was like, I gotta do this, you know, listen to motivational videos all day. That's what I do, like Eric Thompson in the morning, boom, let's go, I'm ready. Like, what? You know, they said something about if you can learn how to earn the top 1%, why wouldn't you want to do that? So get to that level to earn the top 1%. You know, COVID happened. The world is going crazy. Like, super grateful. Like, thank you. You know, I like thinking, like, you know, whatever it is, God. But thank you that we were able to learn something like this, so it did not affect us. You know.
Yeah.
So that's like saying, like, hey, I'm learning to be in the top 1% now. I'm never going to forget where I came from. I've struggled most of my life, you know?
Yeah.
But I'm not going to let the struggle stop me from getting to where, you know, the potential, you know, like, you know, again, when I talk to people about trading, they're like, oh, it's risky gambling, you know, but they want to work that 9 to 5 and make freaking $80 a day. They're so happy. I wouldn't say they're happy, but they're okay, you know, with doing that. You know, I didn't want to be average anymore. Done doing that. You know, I don't want to get stuck in that bracket. I want to be in my own bracket.
Yeah.
You know.
Do you feel like with your Pokemon and your collectibles and stuff, do you feel like you're like living out your childhood now, where you feel like you didn't when you were younger?
Yeah, absolutely, 100%. I actually bought Ariel's Pokemon, you know, the first base set off of her. Yeah, absolutely. Like every day I have more toys than my kids. You know, like, yeah, 100%. You know, it makes me feel good. And then again, I have the money to do it now. I didn't have that before, growing up and stuff. So, you know, and the childhood was rough, bouncing around. You know, yeah, absolutely. Every day I'm reliving my childhood over in a positive way. You know, with the collectibles, with the Dragon Ball Z. You know, I'll have, like, instead of buying designer stuff, yeah, I did buy this chain. You know, I got two. Nothing crazy, but I buy like anime stuff, you know. We were supposed to buy like Louis Vuitton suits or bathing suits, and I was like, you know, well, you know, let's just go. I just bought some regular basic board shorts.
There you go.
I don't have to do that. What we will do is spend like 10 grand on vacation, like like that. I'll go. Let's go. Like, all right, we'll have freaking $1,000 dinners, like, because and it's not because to show off. It's because we can. Like, let's order the, you know, the best stuff this time. Let's have a good time.
Yeah.
You know,
Bro,
I'm
it's
hyped.
kind of like our little chance to like we spend every day together, right? Like every
Yeah.
single day. And now we're finally gonna meet up. Like I haven't met you in person yet. I've met her
Yeah.
before, but now we're all gonna be together,
Yeah.
bro. Like yeah, let's celebrate a little together. Like look what we've all gone through for the past 2 years, you know?
I know. It's gonna be nice, man. Because you know, me and Herb and Thiz hung out in Miami, got a little penthouse thing, and it was tight. So this is gonna be nice. You know, we're all gonna me, you, and Herb are gonna meet up. Um, our wives and girlfriends are gonna meet each other, so it'll be cool.
Yeah, I can't wait for that too, dude.
It'll be a nice
Like
break.
Blaine
You know?
said, I can't wait to meet your wife, man. Like, I have no idea. Like, she must be an angel.
Yeah, yeah, she's an angel. You know, yeah, I'm pumped to go on vacation, and then after that, you know, going on another vacation like the next weekend
Hell
to
yeah.
go to LA. So I'm pumped. You know,
Hell yeah, brother.
I'm
So,
pumped,
what's
man.
next for Mikey Underdog? What's on the horizon for you? What's left to achieve?
Just to keep breaking levels. I mean, I've seen traders. You know, I've seen traders make 200K in one day, 400K in one day. I just want to just keep leveling up my trading. I want to keep banging out numbers, but more importantly, just stay consistent. You know, I told this to Thiz a while back. I was like, I don't care. I'm still so grateful if I can make $200 for the day.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but I want to stay consistent. I tell Thiz, Herb, I was telling Tommy too, Bofo, Zen. I was like, you can actually get to a level where making 10 grand a day is so achievable.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds crazy, right? But you got to take size.
Yeah.
On your edge, on your setup. So it is. It's extremely doable. I'm not a financial advisor, right? But I mean, if you're patient enough, so that's the goal, right? Is to try to make 5 figures a day. Consistently.
Your ability to size up has been really impressive, though. Like you've clearly escalated more rapidly than the rest of us. You know what I mean? And I think there's a couple of things to that. One, you just got that in your DNA, where it's more difficult for other people. But two, like it kind of goes back to like, bro, you've focused on one thing. Like you focus on one thing. Like you see me and Herb, and we try these U patterns, and we try these, this, that, and whatever. And like, dude, you're like, I'm playing flags and pivots. That's what I do.
Flags and pivots, man. That's all it is. Occasionally sympathy market, but that's it's something we're used to. If a hot sympathy market is in play,
Mm-hmm.
like we've seen it so many times where it's like, all right, I'm gonna take some size on a name that I know that ran in the past, but that's completely. But you're right, flags and pivots all day.
Yep.
I don't know how have you all these different setups that happen. Do they happen a lot? Are they there enough to where you can actually be confident and take 20, 30, 40,000 shares? I don't know, but I know with these pivots and flags, it's like I could just do it in my sleep now.
Yeah, you can, man. We have not been able to replicate what you can do yet, but you have shown us it's possible.
Yeah, you guys can definitely do it. I mean, we see other people do it. Like that's not even us. It's like people in our trading community. They're like, hey man, thanks for that flag. I just made 13,000. Dude, I only made 3. Or it's like there's some people are taking the same setups, but they're like, it's insane.
Yeah, dude, it is cool how like we all started in the very same room randomly, right? And like, Eric was like putting up these crazy numbers that at the time it was like, oh my gosh, like this is astronomical. And then like, jump forward, we've all become best friends, and like, bro, here you are, like posting up numbers that we used to look and watch Eric make.
I know it's like, insane. I text him all the time.
Yeah, dude, it's like coming
like,
around full
dude.
circle. It's crazy.
Yeah, and that's just rest in peace, Waka, man. I mean, I remember back in the day when he was like, Mikey, I think you might have found the sauce. Like, I think because so many people use this 1 minute chart and destroy their accounts. It's like, I mastered how to trade the 5 minute, and you know, just took off from there. You know, blocked out all the noise.
Yeah.
But it's definitely it's nice to see these other guys make these numbers, and then when you see it yourself, to see that it's possible, the sky's the limit.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, you know, if I can do it, you guys can do it. You know, if Eric, remember Eric, he was like, if I could do it, you guys can do it too. You know,
Yeah.
Warrior Trader. I used to watch that guy trade the 5, but I found a better way to get in because, you know, he's a very breakout type of buyer. But like, you know, I crushed his week. It's insane. When I'm looking at this guy, I'm like, you guys see, he just made 15,000 in like 35 seconds. What the heck is going on? You know, I used to watch him live every morning on his, or when he would go live in the mornings for pre-market. But, you know, the only way anybody's gonna find out if it's possible is just by doing it.
Yeah.
You
working
gotta
your
do
butt
it.
off.
You can
dude-
get all this screen time in the world, right? Very important. But that all goes right out the window if you're not executing the trades and being there with size. You know, there's so many traders where, you know, I see them and I'm not knocking it, right? It's just what kind of level you want to be at. You know, when you're trading with small size, yeah, sure, it dips down 40, 50 cents, who cares? And then it rips to new highs 6 hours later. You're like, yeah, sweet call, sweet play. That doesn't happen when you're trading with size.
Mhm.
You know, that's the emotional part that you got to get out. So it's better to focus on a setup where you get that volume, you get that leg that goes up, the next leg, you know, to execute. And you don't.
And-
the biggest thing I learned, you don't need to catch the whole meat of the pie. You just need a piece of it. That's it. A piece of the pie per day. That's all you need.
Yep.
And let that stack up. That's like me telling you before. I was like, dude, just focus on making like 500 a day.
Mhm.
Let that add up. Build a cushion so you can size up and take a loss. Right? And I think you've done that, right?
Mhm.
You recently took a loss, but you could afford to take that loss and you made it all back. Plus,
Mhm.
you made double. That's it. That's the
dude.
sauce, man.
Coming up.
Be consistent for a while. You're going to take losses, but you got to build enough cushion so you can get up the next day and be like, all right, man, I'm round 2, let's go.
Yeah.
And then boom, you know.
And consistency and confidence, man. Like that's the thing. Like consistency and confidence before size. Like I hope anyone listening doesn't
Yeah.
take away that like, oh, I just need to be hitting size, because it's
No.
consistency and confidence before size.
Yeah. Oh, all right. Perfect example, right? And maybe if people watch this later, they'll go back. HLBZ today lost like $9 grand on that play.
Mhm.
I couldn't trade my trading style on that name, right? But then we had other flags today I was able to capitalize on, made all my losses back, and then I basically, you know, was super green on the day. But
Mhm.
taking size on that play chopped me up.
Mhm.
But anybody who added a little bit of size could have definitely wrote it out, you know, and made some money on that. But don't just slap size on everything. Don't just be doing what this said the other day. It's just throwing money around.
Yeah.
You know, everything's different. You know, that's why I love trading. It's so challenging. Every day's a challenge.
Mhm.
I don't care what anyone says.
So hard. So
Yeah.
hard.
But
And,
it's
you
like,
struggled, like I struggled, and like I
Yeah.
don't want to just gloss over what we said about Waka. Waka was one of our best trading friends that, you know, the market just got really hard, man. And
yeah,
you know, we lost him, and it happens. People get to that point, and we've, you know, had close calls with other people in our trading community too. And so, like, you know, if you're having a hard time, like, you're not alone. Like, everyone goes through it. Trading's
Yeah.
extremely, extremely difficult. Lots of rock bottoms are had before you start,
Oh, yeah.
you know, reaping the benefits of it. So
yeah.
I don't want that to be lost on anybody. I mean, yeah, we're talking about success right now, but like, there's a lot of hardship that comes with it.
Yeah, dude, I cried on my couch when I took a $7,000 loss. This is before I was like, this is when like that whole year where my P&L is just like, you know, like that cumulative, it was just sideways. So yeah, if I make a little bit, but dude, taking a big knife on like no cushion, going under PDT, I had to put more money back. But yeah, definitely been there where it's like, am I gonna do this? Am I gonna do this?
Bro, you guys have watched me go through that. You guys have been
Yeah.
you guys have pulled me up off a rock bottom so many times. You've been my support system to bounce back on
Yeah.
every single time. Like, that's the other thing about the community we're talking about, and just beyond it just being fun and being friends and stuff. Like you guys have been my safety net. Like, not financially, but just like support wise, you know?
Yeah.
Like, you're always there to answer a FaceTime. You're always there to tell me it's all right. You're always there to shoot me straight when I'm doing something stupid.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, it makes a huge
Big deal.
difference. Yeah,
It's a big deal.
absolutely.
Blaine,
Yeah.
how you doing?
She's all quiet over there, like, what is going on?
Good. I'm good. I mean, I'm so happy that you guys have each other. And Mikey, what a journey. What an accomplishment.
Thank you. No, I appreciate it. It was rough, 5, 6, 7 years of straight just, but it was definitely worth it. Definitely
Dude,
worth
like
it.
when I think about you and Thiz and like what you guys overcame to get to where you are now, and I look at my own life and like I haven't, I've had my own challenges, but like not the kind of stuff that you're talking about, bro. Like, I mean, I look at you guys and I'm like, man, I'm about to get after this shit because like this guy overcame everything, and like, I gotta, like I'm coming up, baby.
Hell yeah.
Like I hope
Yeah,
other
you
people
are,
listen to this
yeah.
too, and they're like,
I hope
They're like,
other people
"Dude."
who listen to this too are like, understand that, without any real sacrifice or struggle, you gotta go through those things. If everything's just handed out to you, then there's real no like, success that comes out of that,
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
I hope people like, listen to this and like say it's okay to mess up too, it's okay not to be perfect, to block out all the noise and focus hard. Don't let anybody tell you can't do something,
Mhm.
because I had that a lot, and now people are trying to loan me money to trade for them. Joke. Hey, or just anything, it does feel good to be in the position I am now. Absolutely, like I'm so grateful for it. But this didn't come without all that hard work, sacrifice, and going through what I went through. I feel like what I went through definitely shaped me into the type of trader I am. 100%. To have that discipline and like, consistency of just, failing, getting back up, failing, getting back up, failing, getting back up. I already went through so much in life. Like, why can't I master this? I just had to keep applying myself and blocking out the noise.
Inspiring.
100%.
For
Yeah,
sure.
Let's go.
It's inspiring.
Yeah.
What else? What else, Mikey? Anything else you want to share before we wrap things up?
Just for anyone who's like looking for something, consistent, look through my YouTube channel. Go through that. I put in a lot of work. I'm putting more work into it. Trying to get it monetized soon, That's gonna be great. But go through that, because that's where I can help out, because I am a father, a husband, I got 3 kids, I trade for full time, and then I go to work in the military. I'm almost out, can't wait, and then I'll be full time forever. But even then, that's the way I can help you guys. That's the way I can give back, is check out that stuff, and go from there, and then see us on the trading floor.
Yeah, you're probably getting a lot of DMs now, but yeah, I think
Oh,
your
yeah,
YouTube is a great place to like learn what you're doing.
Yeah, everyone DMs me, which is fine. I don't mind it. During the trading hours, it's kind of like, I keep myself on Do Not Disturb, because it's pop, 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 like, But that's where I can help. I'll get back to you guys on there, too, in the comments. Any questions, I had a bunch of people ask me first, can you talk about this? And I did. Went over, dropped the video, helped them. My trading style is all taught on there. So if you want to go through that, so when you see me on the floor, or just you guys want to, see what's going on when I mention something, or just take that flag, you'll understand what is going on in my head, and kind of a slower presentation through my YouTube channel and my videos on there. Yeah, it's probably about it.
Hell yeah, bro. Yeah, I love that our group really does try to teach what it is we're doing. You know, it's not just like, oh, buy this. It's like, no, this is why. Like, this is what we've learned and seen so many times. Like, yes, this play worked, but like, go back and look why. Like, we're telling you ahead of time, like, this is why we think it will work. You know.
Yep. Yeah, we're trading in Goblin Gang now too. I love it. You know, it's great, right? It's another community where, you know, there ain't none of that pumpy crap going on. You know, if you're stating why you're trading, it's got to be explained. Like, do you have some back testing on it? Like, what are you doing with it? You know, it's great.
Yeah, give the context. Yeah, give the context
of the trade. Give context of the trade, you know. And there's not a lot of communities doing that. All right, and
yeah, it's how we've always been, man. We're just doing our thing.
Yeah, I literally give out my plays the same time. It's like my average is exactly when I set an alert or mention, like, hey, I have this is an idea. Like, it's there. I'm taking that loss with you guys, or I'm taking that win with you. All right. You know, it's amazing. I love it. And meeting more new people too, because a lot of communities try to keep it small. That's fine. That's not really what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to, like, you know, I want to, like, have a ginormous community, like the whole trading world, right? All the amazing traders who are not just trying to, like, hey, you know, that's okay. I don't want to talk about that. But yeah, you know, I love it.
Yeah.
So I don't want to get started.
Well, Mikey, thank you so much for your time, and it's just been a real pleasure. And thank you for being so open about your story.
I appreciate it. Thank you for having me. You know, I just wanted you guys to, like, see a real face to, you know, who is Mikey Underdog. You know,
Totally.
How did I get here from being over there? You know, and hopefully as people see this and how raw I was, and it can help them. You know, maybe take it up to another level.
For sure.
Help them. But thank you for having me. I appreciate it. Hell yeah, brother.
Hell yeah, brother.
All right. Well, thank you. I hope you'll come back for a third time.
Heck yeah, let's go.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
By accessing this podcast, you acknowledge that the Penny Lane podcast makes no warranty, guarantee, or representation as to the accuracy or sufficiency of the information featured in this podcast. The information, opinions, and recommendations presented in this podcast are for general information only, and any reliance on the information provided in this podcast is done at your own risk. This podcast should not be considered professional or financial advice. Unless specifically stated otherwise, the Penny Lane podcast does not endorse, approve, recommend, or certify any information, product, process, service, or organization presented or mentioned in this podcast, and information from this podcast should not be referenced in any way to imply such approval or endorsement. The third-party materials or content of any third-party site referenced in this podcast do not necessarily reflect the opinions, standards, or policies of the Penny Lane podcast. The Penny Lane podcast assumes no responsibility or liability for the accuracy or completeness of the content contained in third-party materials or on third-party sites referenced in this podcast, or the compliance with applicable laws of such materials and/or links referenced herein.